Good morning, guys. Today is a fun day. Today is day 45, and I've got a special guest coming with me. It's my Uncle Ed. I told you guys about him in I think one video previously. He and his wife, my Aunt Barb, they live just south of here, and she's gonna come drop him off, and he's gonna help me sail 30 miles south to Michigan City to B&E Marine. That's where I'm gonna go ahead and get the mast taken off and set on the deck. And then that way I'll be able to get through Chicago's 19-foot bridge. So Ed will be here soon this morning. We'll get some footage with him, and we should have a nice day today weather-wise, although wind I think is going to be right in our bow, so we might be tacking a little bit and probably motor sailing most of the time. So check in here with you guys in just a bit. The bridge is just closing on us, so we've got to wait at least another half hour or so. Dang it. I like trains, but dang it. Fenders work perfectly. If I can get 4 nights or 3 additional nights out of these using a free wall, then they will have paid for themselves instead of using a marina. All right, guys, we're just checking in here. We're just about across the Indiana border. I'm headed towards Michigan City to B&E Marine. That's where I'm gonna get the mast taken off, and we're gonna build a cradle, and then that way I'll be able to get under that 19-foot bridge there in Chicago. So earlier I was doing some filming there in St. Joseph, told you guys about a special guest, and this is my Uncle Ed. Ed, say hi to YouTube.
Hi, YouTube.
And Ed here has come from St. Joseph and riding down to Michigan City with me, and he's going to help me design the cradle or the struts for the mast when we put it down on the deck there. So it's been a good sail. We've had probably 6-7 hours so far. It's going to be somewhere around 35 miles today, and we're just there in the last bit, crossing over the Indiana border towards Michigan City there. Hey, good morning, YouTube. I'm here in Michigan City, Indiana. Ed, my Uncle Ed, helped me sail here last night, and he and my Aunt Barb, they took me out and got some lumber. We got 11 2x4s, a bunch of deck screws. We got a rubber mat to cut up for little footers to make sure the wood doesn't puncture through the deck. We're building the frame to take the mast down today, so we should have 3 or 4 crutches or struts to put underneath the frame. And I'll get a whole bunch of videotape of that, and then we'll go over to the hoist in the crane and actually get the mast taken off. Alright, guys, so we're about 2 hours into the project here, and Ed and I have been constructing a couple frames. We have an X frame here in the back that we've just set down in the traveler well there. We are trying to have the mast and the boom on top of the frame to be able to be on top of the bimini, so I have plenty of headroom in the cockpit. And then as we move towards the bow, we built a 4-legged frame up here, and then we put a cross beam in through here, so the bottom of the mast will be sticking out through that way, and then it'll lead aft, and we'll sit right down on top of that X frame and then laying on top of the bimini. So again, up here we have 4 legs on either side, and coming down to our tow rails here, and then we've screwed in each side of the X frames and then put a cross brace in the middle. Ed believes that this is going to prevent the mast from moving forward and backward, as well as our left and right rocking. All right, we just got in here to the hoist, and these guys are bringing the crane up, lifting it up, and we're gonna tie it to the mast and take the mast down here.
Take it up a little, Peter.
Okay, we did it. Camera stopped filming earlier when I was bringing the mast down, but we got it done. We finished today probably around 2 o'clock, started around 7:30, and we got the mast taken off and put on the cradles that we built. So you can see here that we put another T-frame cradle or strut here in the mast well. Then we rigged the mast and lashed it to there. It does stick out about 3 foot on the back and about 4 foot on the front. So that is an issue when I'm and Ed brought this up, when I'm coming into a lock, like a lock and dam there in Chicago. When you're exiting out of the Lake Michigan and you're entering onto a lower water level river, you got to be able to adjust for the water levels, and that's what a lock and dam is. And so when I'm coming into those and you're nosing in, I've got to be now aware that I'm 4 foot longer in the front and 3 foot longer in the back. I'm hoping it's not going to be an issue, but Ed did bring up a good point that it certainly could be. So today is day 46. I'm 1 day away from Chicago, and I've so far traveled 863 nautical miles. That's just shy of 992 land or statute miles. This trip has been the biggest, most challenging physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually adventure of my life. I had envisions from watching all these sailing videos online that every day was going to be 75 and sunny and be a nice light breeze and easy waves. This trip has been nothing short of a reality hit and a shocker in comparison to what I thought it was going to be. Don't get me wrong, I've been having the time of my life, but this has been extremely challenging, but rewarding as well. So as phase 1 comes to a complete, I'll be entering the river system. Outside of Chicago, I get into the Chicago Sanitary Waterway, and then into the Illinois River after that. Following that, just north of St. Louis, I'll be entering the Mississippi River. This will be a very fast river, pushing me at about 4 knots, faster than I averaged all the way through the Great Lakes. And that's just the river current. After the Mississippi River, I get on the Ohio. I take that north for maybe 70 miles, and then I cut south into the Cumberland River. Proceeding after that, I go into the Tennessee River and then the Tom Bigby Waterway. Following that, I will wind up and find myself in Mobile, Alabama, putting the mast back on deck. Phase 2 should last 5 to 6 weeks. I don't anticipate it being any longer than that, and in fact, because of the river current, I imagine it'll be quicker. Phase 3 will be once I hit salt water, heading east towards Florida around the coast, and then down into the Bahama Islands. I still plan on reaching Mobile, Alabama by about the 3rd week in October, and to Miami, Florida about the 1st of December. I am planning on being in the Bahamas by mid-December, December 15th. I'd be happy for you guys to join along, comment, subscribe, ask me questions. I can make videos for you on how we did the frames, on other systems on the boat. If you guys have questions, if you want to make this happen and you don't know how, ask. I'm more than happy to help out and let you know how things are going. Thanks so much for following along, guys, with phase 1, and the next episode will be me sailing through downtown Chicago. Take care.